Hi, Brenna. Hi, Liam. It's Emily and Daisy. Can you say hi? Hi. I wanted to give you a quick video so that you can get going on the wheatgrass if you were ready to get going. We're doing a video for Brenna and Liam. We are. So, if you haven't gotten your trays yet, this is what I had in mind, though there isn't a right or a wrong. It's just a growing vessel that you'll need. I use these. You reuse them, use them, and reuse them. They get crappy, but they still work. And then I just line it with a newspaper, just a single sheet, so that the soil doesn't come out the bottom, but it's porous enough that the water can flow through and not sit and get stagnant. So for me, the tricks to the trade were to spend a little bit of time making up a bunch of trays so that I can just grab one and go throughout the week as I want to plant a new tray of wheatgrass. So 1/2 inch of soil, and then pat them down. Stacking them on top of each other serves as patting them down. It just makes it easier to spread your wheatgrass seeds. Daisy's found a new toy. So you've got the wheat berries. I saw, so that's great. That was a good purchase. So you're going to take however many trays you're going to plant at one time. It's 1 cup of dry berries is roughly enough for a tray. So you soak however many cups that you do. I tend to do 4 cups in a 1/2 gallon mason jar at a time, but if you want to do 2 cups in a quart jar, whatever you want to do, just soak it in water for 12 hours or overnight. And then in the morning, drain it off and let it sprout. They say 12 hours. You can do 12 hours. I tend to do a little bit more, 24 hours, a whole day. And they're going to get a little nub growing on them where the root will come out, and that's when you know it's time to plant them. And after you're ready to plant them, you just take them and sprinkle them on. You see Mama talking on the video? Sprinkle them in your tray and spread them so that they're a nice even layer, about a seed deep. You don't want them to clump on top of each other too much. It could create mold issues or just stagnancy. And then I give it a good watering, and then I cover it with another sheet of newspaper and let it sit for a couple of days. Once the seeds underneath start popping up your newspaper layer, you're ready to take off the newspaper and then let it grow for a couple of days. You could let it grow for 4 days, 5 days. It's going to be about 7 inches long. That's a good yield. But if you want to cut it shorter, you can, if you're just itching to get some wheatgrass into you. But the optimal length is about 7 inches. And then you cut it down, cut it as close to the base as you can. There's a lot of micronutrients in that very base section. So cut it down as close as you can, and then you can let it, water it again, and then you can let it sit and grow again. I can get 2 growths. People do 3, but I tend to just do 2 growths off of my 1 tray. And then, so if you're at your 7 or 8 inches rough, everything is rough because it's obviously a living thing, and no 2 are identical, but you can typically get 6 to 8 ounces off of 1 tray. And you might want to do 1 ounce at a time to begin, and then build up to 2 ounces, or you might want to do 2 ounces to begin with. You know your body. If you start to feel nauseous, it's all right. Just take less the next day and build yourself back up to that marker. You really only need to consume 2 ounces a day would be sufficient if you're just doing it for maintenance of health and all. Happy growing. If you have any questions that come up along the way, please ask. I'm here. I just kind of gave a very brief overview, so I might have missed something or just didn't explain something well, or maybe you have questions that work differently than my brain that I can help you with. Bye, Brenna. Say bye, Brenna. Bye, Liam. Bye-bye. Bye. We love you.